I want to make this video about consciousness, veganism, are animals conscious, right? And I don't mean to offend anybody. I just really want to talk about this topic because I was talking about this with my homie Leon, DMT Infinity, like 2 weeks ago, and I really wanted to make a video about it. I've been hesitant to make a video about it because, I understand, I have friends that are vegan, so, I don't want to offend my vegan friends, but I want everyone just to hear my perspective for a second. My perspective is, vegans will say, I think we need to take better care of the animals, treat them with respect and all this other shit, but, plants and animals are both conscious. So, I'm someone that practices modern day shamanism. So I believe that animals and plants are just fractals or copies, miniature versions of the giant consciousness of Mother Earth. Mother Earth is conscious. It has a planet consciousness, which planet consciousnesses then create little mini versions of consciousnesses inside of the planet. Consciousness is not it's not just this thing that's speaking to you, because my consciousness is limited to my human body. Consciousness is limited to the vessel that it's inside of. So consciousness is the pure energy that powers the entire universe. The universe itself is a conscious being, which the universe itself then creates other mini versions of itself. So then creating galaxies, and those galaxies then create planets. Some of those planets then have the quality, have the whatever to be able to then create life. So then those planets then grow life, whether it's animals, plants, fish, all this other shit, whatever, bacteria, it's all conscious. Everything is conscious. I was talking to my one friend and I was trying to explain to him, I get that, he was trying to say, go vegan because the animals, and we don't want to hurt the animals. And I'm like, but people don't understand, the plants don't want to be eaten either. Why do plants create molecules in the first place? Why do plants create molecules? So animals will not eat them. That's why. We don't understand the consciousness of a plant because we don't understand what it's like to make decisions without a brain, without a nervous system, without a whatever. But plants are conscious. They're conscious beings. Just like we are conscious beings. Just like chickens are conscious beings. Just like cows are conscious beings. We are all conscious beings because we are all just a creation of the planet itself, which is just a giant conscious being. We are all just a creation of the universal consciousness, which is just a giant conscious being. We are all the conscious being. I was explaining it to my friend, it doesn't matter if you're eating meat or plants and fruits. If you're eating plants, those plants didn't want to be eaten either. If you're eating animals, those animals didn't want to be eaten either. But I need you to understand, no matter whether it's an animal or a plant, it's all just consciousness feeding itself. Consciousness feeds off of consciousness. Energy feeds off of energy. So here in this physical dimension, right, we require energy. We are beings of energy. Why do people eat food? For energy. That's it. Why? Because we are beings of energy. So when we no longer have a body and we're in a higher dimension, we probably won't be needing to eat plants and animals for energy. But when we are without our body, we'll probably still need to eat some sort of energy. Maybe we'll just take pure energy instead of a physical representation of it. Because that's all plants are. It's energy. Animals, it's energy. They're physical representations of energy itself, physical representations of consciousness itself. And I get it, because we need to treat the animals better. I get it, because whatever. But I seen this thing on YouTube where this dude was talking about this vegan farmer he knows. And he was saying how vegans will eat their vegan food and comfortably in their vegan home, in their home or whatever. But the farmer that farmed the vegan food had to kill animals for that food to exist. To grow vegan food, you have to literally kill all the different rodents on the farm. All the different mice, all the different rabbits, all the different insects that would bite through the food or whatever, you need to kill them all. And people who say that animals are conscious will try to tell me that insects are not conscious. They'll try to tell me that plants are not conscious. But I believe you when you say animals are conscious, but they don't want to hear me when I say plants are also conscious, because if that's the case, then what are we supposed to do? Breathe oxygen for food? Like, you have no choice but to eat plants or animals. You have no choice. And as someone who understands the plants, I understand they don't want to be eaten either. That's why they create molecules that are poisonous. That's why they create molecules, whatever. But humans use human intelligence to be able to extract those molecules out of the plants to turn those molecules into some type of medicine. But that's not originally what they were for. Like, originally it was just so the animals wouldn't eat the plants. And like, I understand the whole vegan thing, but I just need people to understand the planet itself is conscious. So like, consciousness is not just what you think it is. Consciousness is limited to the body or the vessel it's inside of. I have the same exact consciousness that this blue vervain plant has. The same exact consciousness. Because it's the same energy that powers those geese over there. It's the same energy that powers the fucking plant. It's the same energy that powers me. Right? Like, because it's all just energy. We eat plants or animals for energy. The plants are literally absorbing the sun's energy, turning it into glucose, sugar, energy for the plant. Then we eat the plant because it's gained energy, because we need energy. Like, because we are beings of energy. Like, it's hard to explain, but like, I'm not saying this is an excuse to like eat animals and say fuck the animals or whatever. No. I'm saying I want everyone to be more conscious. I'm saying I want vegans to understand going vegan is not going to solve the world's problems, because you're missing the point of everything is conscious, not just animals. Everything. You know, when somebody's cutting grass and you smell that cut grass smell, that cut grass smell is the grass screaming at the top of its lungs, trying to warn the other grasses. We look at it as like, oh, that smell, somebody's cutting grass. But because we don't understand the consciousness of the plants, we don't understand that means the plant is in pain. It's screaming for pain, screaming to warn the other plants around it. But that's how they communicate. Plants usually communicate through smells, through molecules, through different things. But we don't understand, because we communicate through mouth noises. So like, we don't understand the consciousness of a plant, just like we don't truly understand the consciousness of an animal that's not a human. Shit, we don't even understand human consciousness, because we don't understand that human consciousness is consciousness put into a bottle. Like, that's what consciousness is. It gets put in bottles. Like, my consciousness is in a human bottle. This consciousness is in a plant bottle. Like, the geese over there are in an animal bottle. But, like, it's all just consciousness fitted into a bottle. And just like water, it will form into whatever the cup is. So if the cup is shaped like a goose or a chicken or a cow or a blue vervain plant or a motherwort plant or a burdock plant or a mullein plant, like, all of these, carrots, fucking all of these are just consciousness fitting inside of vessels. It's not that, because consciousness is everything. Like, I mean everything. So therefore, it doesn't matter if you're eating plants or eating animals. because you are just eating it for the consciousness that's inside of it, or the energy that's inside of it, because you are a being of energy just like everything else, because you are everything else and everything is you. Like, it's because everything is consciousness. Now, I'm not saying all vegans should say, fuck veganism, I'm gonna eat meat now. No, I'm saying be conscious. I'm not eating the fucking animals like, oh, fuck these animals. Like, no, I'm consciously aware that that was a living being. I'm sorry that I have to eat it, but I'm eating it. But I also do the same thinking when I'm eating plants. I will be grateful for eating the plant. I'm grateful that it's allowing me to have its entire life so I can continue living life. Like, because the plant is just as conscious as the animals, but people don't think the plants, but they think the animals. People don't worry about the plants, but they worry about the animals. But the animals are just a carbon copy of Mother Earth itself, just like the plants are just a carbon copy of Mother Earth itself. It's all consciousness replicating itself into many different forms, so consciousness can experience everything, not just one thing.